was about to say Gucci.
Yeah.
And then I just said Gucci.
Yes. Hi everyone,
Oh.
it's me, ShiuaSnek, and I got my favorite little dipshit my favorite snake with me.
I am the favorite snake. If
One
someone
of the
asks,
favorite snakes.
if someone ever says that your mother doesn't play favorites, that's wrong.
You know, we have stated multiple times that I do play favorites, and my actual favorite snake is Yongyi, and it's not even close.
I am aware is Youngyi, we know.
I have written entire paragraphs in the Snake Team at Discord about the fact that I indeed have a favorite snake.
We are aware of it, yes.
Yeah. But who can blame me? She's cute.
Youngyi is so cute. Though.
She is literally the best, and her singing voice just,
Yeah, she's very good at it. Very good singer.
So hi chat, hi Fia, hi
How you
Prey,
doing,
hi
chat?
Content Machine.
Content machine. Oh yeah, that is a content machine.
So Shia, let's start with the same question as always. What are you drinking?
I am drinking chai tea with milk.
Chai latte. I have
Oh yeah.
I have the good old reliable daily driver tea for me, which is a white tea with mango and lemon flavoring.
Mango.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That man can go fuck itself.
That dude can go.
Man, go! Go, man!
That man, he sure can go. Anyway, let's stop with the stupid ass jokes.
I don't think anyone can stop the puns.
That is true.
Oh god, everything hurts.
What?
Yeah, look, I'm getting older. As I just found out by the fact that Eminem's daughter got married. The flow of time is unstoppable.
That will do that. Wouldn't want it.
Yeah, no, I've really been feeling it recently, especially like the last few days. I've just been back pain, head pain. I don't think the headache is because I'm getting old. I think the headache is because I'm not getting enough sleep.
Fair. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Huh.
Has other than Eminem's daughter, has anyone around your life been getting married or something? Like friends from school or I don't know.
Not married, but my brother and his girlfriend have moved in together, and I'm just like, huh.
That's basically marrying.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to like pull the plug. I just see, the thing is, my brother always said he never wants kids, and his girlfriend doesn't want kids. So I'm fully expecting them to have kids within like a year or two.
I see you have no. I forgot.
Trust in
no
my brother?
Faith.
No, I have no faith. I mean, people's decisions change when the circumstances change.
True. That is true. People's beliefs and values are very much a thing that evolves.
I hope that my brother doesn't ever have kids. For an entirely selfish reason. I don't want my seed donor's genes to get passed on, because he doesn't deserve it. My seed donor, my male progenitor.
Oh, okay.
The person who should have been my father, but wasn't.
Oh, I see.
I just don't want his genes to get passed on, because he doesn't deserve it. He's a fucking cunt.
Fair. That is honestly.
I already decided, at least on my end, this bloodline ends with me.
As it should. It's all honestly, yeah. Like if it wasn't because of my. Now that I think about it, no. I was going to say that that happens with me as well, but not really. I wouldn't say, in the context that I have 5 siblings. All of them older than me. Yeah, and I am very much on. How do you say aunt or uncle, but in a non-binary way? Uncle.
I
Un-
don't think there is a non-gendered way to say
un-
aunt and uncle.
Uncunt. Uncunt. That's
They
fine.
can only say my mother's sibling, something like that. So.
Yeah. I'll have. Good thing that's not a problem in Spanish. I'll just have them call me Tie. There we go.
Pibbling. The internet has decided to call it pibbling.
Pibbling.
Yeah, your parents' sibling. Pibbling.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, that's awful.
It
That's
sounds
awful.
like it sounds like I am peeing pebbles. I'm peeing pebbles. Pibbling. Ew.
Brunkle.
Brunkle is funny. Wait, that brother uncle? I don't know. Anyway, the point. I have at least wait, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn! That's a lot of them. I have seven nieces and nephews already. So my bloodline is nowhere near destroyed with me.
No, I mean, I've already managed to end my bloodline with me since I've been like on testosterone blockers for like 12 years. There's like nothing's ever gonna happen in that regard ever again.
As it should.
So there will definitely be no more kids coming from me.
Nevermore.
Never whore.
Oh, that's a pretty. Wait, no, always whore. Never kid.
Man, I don't know how I'm supposed to word this, but like I really dislike the whole expectations that society puts on people to have kids. It's like, can I just exist and not have kids?
Yeah, I don't think that's an option. You gotta get impregnated. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, please, somebody impregnate me.
You got. Hey, that's
Don't worry, guys.
anyway.
Your trans girlfriend can get pregnant. You're just not
You just gotta
trying
try again.
Yeah, you're just gonna try harder. Just
gotta try
a few more
harder.
times.
Do it.
If you try hard enough,
Believe in
even I can
yourself.
get pregnant. Only breathe, never pregnant.
Honestly,
Am I
that's.
pregnant?
Oh, that's such a classic.
Such a classic old meme.
That's a classic of internet.
Like I literally had to explain to my mother that now even if I miraculously find a person I want to spend my life with, I would never have kids because A, I can't, and B, I don't wanna.
Yeah,
Norabel Rose,
like-
thank you for the follow.
It's honestly quite an easy concept to just be like, I just don't wanna. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just... Another thing that really annoys me is when women
Like, I
get
made
told, So I have a friend, right? She tried to get not a vasectomy. What's the female version?
Yes, I understand.
She tried to get her tubes tied, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctors wouldn't do it in Germany, legitimately. Same with my
that's fucked up.
sister. For the same reason. Because, you might meet a man who wants to have kids in the future.
Yup.
My sister my sister has issues with her ovaries. I'm not gonna go into detail, but my sister had really bad issues with her ovaries, and they refused to remove them because a future husband might potentially want kids. So a theoretical man had more rights over the body of my sister than my sister has.
Yup.
And that's just insane. Another tea lover?
It's fucked
Yeah,
up.
we're both tea lovers.
Yeah, I love tea. This is crew coffee. And I'm Colombian.
I have tea time every week with another VTuber or streamer, so... the tea consumption in this house is high.
Every week, one VTuber worth of tea.
Yeah.
Important.
One
But coming back
VTuber's
to
worth
the-
of tea.
Yes. Everybody knows that what you're doing is actually like straight up drinking the tea from the Wait, no, that's kinky. Let's stop.
Yeah, I'm drinking the tea from the VTuber. I'm using the VTuber as a tea dispensary.
Dispensary.
So what did you want to go back to?
That is a very, very common thing to happen to women all over the world. It's
also
it's
so
fucked
weird.
up. Yeah, it's like, why the fuck do you care that I specifically have kids? Like there's so many people around the world that would be incredibly happy of being able to like have kids. Why do I have to do it? You know?
Another one that
And
I will never understand is why people are so hell-bent on forcing women to have kids, but so against the idea of men raising kids. It's like it's like I don't want to try to dunk on like lesbians and
It's
stuff.
like non-manly and whatever, and
Like, I'm definitely not gonna dunk on lesbians and stuff. You know, I'm a lesbian myself, or more like bisexual, but it is
like, let's be
so
real.
much easier for a lesbian couple to adopt a child than it is for a gay man couple, and it really shouldn't be. Eh? It should be
but, like,
easy for both.
Indeed, but like, don't you know, gay couples, gay men couples being parents, there's no possibility that has no meaning in life. They're just probably perverts. Oh no, we have to protect the kids. Fuck that phrase. I hate that phrase so much because it's always used whenever they don't actually care about fucking taking care of kids. They just only care it whenever they're going to attack queer people.
Yeah. I also get that fear because, like, you know how many people scream, "Oh, you got to have kids, you have to procreate, we're gonna go extinct, blah blah blah," and then they turn around and go like, "Oh, but overpopulation is bad," and I just read between the lines and I'm just hearing, "We don't have enough white kids and we have to kill all the brown people." Like,
Very much so.
they are all
It's very
cut from
much
the same
so.
cloth.
Yeah. Also, did you know that overpopulation is not really a thing?
No, it really isn't. We have enough
Yeah.
resources to feed the entire world for 3 more times. It's just we
Indeed.
don't want those filthy brown people to have enough food.
Exactly. It's not overpopulation, it's over greed. If anything.
It's always it can always be pulled back to greed that also happens to benefit white people. It's always the same.
Yup.
Like, growing up as a, well, perceived male white person in a predominantly white country, I've never really understood how weird or how weirdly white-centered our entire system in this world is until I started, like, looking into it myself. Because obviously in school you don't get taught, oh, by the way, the entire system you grew up in is, like, inherently racist, lololololo.
Yup.
But then you look into it yourself and you grow up and you realize, hey, how can it be that all these nice positives of capitalism are only afforded to those living in a select few countries? That's kind of odd.
Yup.
But don't
It
ask
do
questions.
be effed up. Basically, our common way of living has been entirely built within the concept of imperialism around the world. So everything is racist, everything is, well, incredibly capitalistic, except for very specific countries. But like, even those specific countries, racism is very much a thing, unless they're actively trying to work against it. But let's be real, most aren't. And if they are, like, it's so funny. Like, in Colombia, we have a president right now. He is like the first leftist president in forever.
Who, Biden?
And since my country is Colombia.
Oh, Colombia. Sorry,
He's
I was
called-
confused for a second.
Yeah, his name is Gustavo Petro,
Mm.
and he's like leftist, not like leftist meaning center.
Yeah.
He is pretty cool. But if you ask anyone with like from day one, the media is constantly grilling him for any kind of reason. It's like, is there anyone even slightly related to him that maybe got drunk or whatever? It's like, look, the morals of this country are fucking destroyed. And why? Because like, of course, everyone that has money in any country is a piece of shit capitalist, right-winged piece of shit. I don't
No,
know.
come on. We can't
So,
just
like-
call every capitalist a piece of shit.
Yes.
Some of them are also racist maniacs.
Well, usually I consider that to be within piece of shit, but it's good to just to have it defined as well. But what was I going with this? The point is that from day zero, like every single media conglomerate has been criticizing his every move.
But it's the same here in Germany with our now somewhat left-leaning government. So our government in Germany is always comprised of multiple parties because one party never gets enough votes to be the sole reigning party, right?
Right, because Congress and
And-
whatever.
No, I mean, there is a possibility that it could happen, but try to convince 50% of Germans to be of one opinion. So we have
Fair.
what's called coalitions, where multiple parties work together to build a government. In
Okay.
Germany, the current coalition that stands the government is SPD, which is a socialist party. Then we have the Green
Okay.
Party, and then we have FDP. FDP is like capitalists light. They're like liberalists. They are the ones ruining everything at the moment. But
I
basically,
see.
we have a government
And that's
that
only light.
we have a government that came to power on the height of the COVID pandemic, shortly before Russia attacked.
God.
And they still somehow managed to do more good for the German people in literally 3 years than the previous government did in like 20 years. They
Okay.
went in during the pandemic and got shit done, and it's really impressive. But all you see in the media is just like the media doesn't like them because obviously they are not they're still capitalists, right? Because SPD is like a centrist left-leaning party, so they're still capitalists.
Right.
But the media doesn't like them because they're not the full-on capitalists that the previous ruling party, the Union, was. So everything that the government does is automatically bad, no matter how good it is for the people. Like, for example, in 20 years, my government money increased by $20. With this government, it increased by almost $200 in a matter of 1.5 years and finally caught up with inflation. So I could finally
wow.
eat again and
Ooh.
not hunger at the end of the month.
Yeah, but see, that's bad because then companies have to pay more to the people.
Mm-hmm. They also went in and raised the minimum wage from $9.20 to almost $14 in a matter of 1.5 years.
A whole 14?
Yeah. Which also just inflation, by the way.
Oh, that's pretty good.
They didn't even like give people a ton of money. They literally just fixed inflation in Germany or tried to combat it. But anyways, any media outlet just hates the government. It's like everything the Green Party does is bad. Everything the SPD does is bad. The FDP is working hard to prevent us from going completely broke, which is complete bullshit. Because they also increase the taxes on rich people, which, yeah, that brings in money.
Yeah. Very much so.
But I
actually.
know what you mean when you say that everything that a leftist party does is automatically bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same in America. So for Americans, for comparison, imagine if the Democrats did something that benefited all people, but you get your news especially only from Fox News. So you would never know how much you benefit from it.
Yeah, no, so USA. So at least more than half of the United States, basically. Like most people are like that. Well, no, except the part where Democrats actually do something to 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 help all people. That part is very much not USA.
I mean, Democrats, some of them are trying. Like, yeah,
No, okay,
Democrats
yeah,
are not
that's true.
necessarily the most progressive politics in the world, and that cannot be discussed. But there is a definite difference between the Republicans trying to actively dismantle everyone's rights and Democrats mostly keeping the status quo and then making little steps into the right direction, you know?
Yeah, true that. That is indeed different. If anything, it's mostly my view on Biden. That's that's destroying the, because there is a lot of Democrats that are actually working for the betterment of people, you know?
I think
Like
people have a
like
wrong
AOE, for
image of
example.
Biden. Like, look, I don't like the guy either. I think as a person, he has the aura of someone who makes you feel like you just freshly stepped in shit. He is not someone you feel comfortable around, and I am not the biggest fan of his policies regarding Israel and stuff. But if you look at the actual laws he has enacted, Biden has done a shit ton of progressive stuff. Even some stuff he doesn't agree with, he has enacted because he thinks it's the best for the country, even if it's against his personal beliefs. And I think that deserves some respect. Jumping over your own shadow and putting in stuff for the people that you personally would not agree with. Like, for
Yeah, I have
example,
to check.
canceling student debt or setting up protections for LGBT people. He has done a lot of good
Yeah, that part is
for
true.
America, and a lot
That's
of his
part true. The
policies
protections.
have steered America in a way better direction. You can absolutely disagree with his Israel politics, and I do too, but at the end of the day, he is not a horrible fucking president. Like, he has done a shit ton of good things, more than anyone before him, with I would even say he did more positives for America than Obama. The thing is just, because he's so unpopular as a person, people don't report on that, and the media really hates him. Like, if you actually
That is true. The part.
actually sit down, look into which policies the Biden administration has enacted, and tell me that that's not a good thing he's done.
Yeah, I have to check. I'm not really up to date in the memory department. I do remember when he was putting up like good things for LGBT people, especially
Hi,
like
Medusa.
in the height of the recent trans femme, well, yeah, like transpanic, that like many a state fucked up, but also many states actively like helped with it, and Biden very much did put movements in place.
Yes, this
to
is one of
help
my childs.
there. Hello. Well, I actually don't know. I don't know when I was born.
So, let me just look at this. There's a lot that is still in rulemaking, which still has to be sent through. Basically, it has already been decided, but it only needs to be put into law. He has overruled the gainful employment regulations that Donald Trump put in. He has induced the FTC rules on junk fees, which makes it so that you can't have this thing where you order something for $20 and then it's $400 at the end thanks to fees. He made a ban on non-compete clauses, which means that your employer cannot fire you and then force you to sign a statement that you will never work in the same industry again.
Oof. Okay, yeah.
He has brought in baseline AI regulations. I don't understand, H-1B specialty occupation program. Don't understand it. LGBTI youth protections and child welfare system also brought in. Protections for temporary farm workers, background checks for gun shows and online firearm sales, smart device cybersecurity labeling laws, wage protections for federally contracted construction workers, meaning that the American government doesn't just hire the cheapest of all of them.
Okay.
Corporate average fuel economy standards, the Fair Housing Act, restoring and streamlining the National Environmental Policy Act, phase down of hydrofluorocarbons, US water protection laws, stricter mercury pollution standards, banning the sale of ghost scans, transit ban for asylum seekers, which is something the right wing wanted but then didn't want to vote through in the Senate because Republicans are weird. And then I'm like, I'm not even like a quarter through, right? Like this list goes on and on and on. There's I have a wonderful link here with the explanations and everything. You can follow this. Like all I'm saying is criticize Biden all you want, but criticize him on a basis that is actually rooted in reality. I don't like
That
the
makes
guy
sense.
either, but please don't.
Like, if you're gonna criticize, recognize the things that he has done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his whole protecting war criminals in the context of Palestine, that has pushed him a lot down in my
It's as if he can't go
view
5
of him.
feet. It's as if the Democrats just can't go 5 feet without fucking up. They
Yeah.
are so intertwined with Israel politics that it's
It
actually
do
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like,
But on the
like,
other side, you gotta look at his competitor and realize that if you vote for Biden, you vote for someone who doesn't 100% agree with you on Israel. Okay, that's fine. If you vote for Trump, you vote for someone who has stated multiple times that he would use American bombs to bomb Gaza so they can build luxury hotels there.
yeah.
Hi Phantom, how you doing? Phantom is here, she's my teammate. Phantom, why are you not modded yet? Let me just slur. There we go.
True. Well, at the end of the day, not much. Like, in that very specific part, in that very specific sense of like the world and of international politics, honestly, not that much difference.
I think it's the same
Because-
for every country, honestly. Because no matter where you go to vote, don't look at the promises written on the big papers that the politics make. Look at what issues they have actually acted on. Look at their policy making decisions.
Yeah.
And make your decision on who to vote for based on that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm a bit stressed with the whole Israel situation, because my brother is very, very, very much pro-Israel. He has friends in
Ooh.
Israel. He has chosen his side very, very early on. And I am a bit worried that whenever I say something about Israel, be it on stream or I post it on my Twitter or anything, it comes back to him and opens a can of worms I don't want to discuss with him, you know what I mean? So I very rarely say anything about Israel online or outside of private chats. But I just want to take this situation to make it very clear that I fucking hate what Israel is doing. Genocide is never okay, and if the third best equipped military in the world cannot get rid of Hamas without bombing 30,000 civilians, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You offer Shisha Ron to Shiwa. May the mighty Snek
Wow.
bless me, but I'm the mighty Snek.
You know what Corex thinks.
Corex, you
Also,
can't just
you're-
come into my life, make me feel special, and then be British.
Sadly enough, there's no way to make him un-British. It's terminal.
Unbrit the bird.
It's a terminal issue that he has. I'm so sorry,
He
Corex.
sure has some issues.
We all pray for you. You okay?
No. I'm good. It's just my headache.
Oh, okay. Wait, your headache causes coughing?
No, I've been having coughs for like 2, 3, 4 weeks now.
Oh, how come?
I got that really bad case of influenza, and ever since I've had coughing fits every now and then.
Ooh, yeah, okay, that sounds bad.
Like for 2 weeks I was completely dead. I couldn't like speak or I was just constantly like snotting around and coughing up phlegm. Thankfully that's over by now.
Thanks.
That was like the one.
Seek fluid intake.
Hi. Let me get some water. That was like the 1 week where I didn't do
hungry.
tea time.
Well, I'll do the same.
Like I don't like skipping tea time at all. I don't like skipping my weekly shows. But I had to in that case because I was so sick. Yes, Cowex?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like, take care of yourself.
You know what I just realized? I didn't do a going live tweet. Let me just quote.
Farming Sim 22 is free on Epic. I don't know what that means.
I don't know how to tell you this, Corex, but I couldn't care less. So
Gasp.
Farming Simulator is Germany's most favorite game.
Bro, oh! I think I've seen the memes for it.
Exactly, Prey. Exactly. It's as if one of the sides is horrible and the other side is equally as horrible, but has a fucking military enough to bomb every country around them.
Yeah.
Chinese tea culture, now exploring Japanese tea culture. I do not understand why pure tea is so expensive. There we go.
What is expensive?
Pu'er tea. That's the pu'er. I think it's pu'er tea. It's the red tea that they drink in China a lot. And I tried to get some, and I can get it here in Germany, but it's like fucking
Very
60
expensive.
euros a pack, which is just
I wonder if-
insane.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if it is in any way related with the with the context that it is Chinese.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like high import taxes on it, but also like they sell it in like bricks, and
Oh,
they
I
are
know the
very
bricks.
dense and very heavy in the packs.
Right.
So it's very hard to get them in like a way I can feasibly use easily. So if I want to
Yeah,
just
makes
buy
sense.
pure tea that is in like packs, I have to pay a lot.
Fair.
Like
That
I
makes
could buy
sense.
some
Do
on
believe it.
Amazon, but that one is for like $8 for 20 tea bags, and I'm like, huh. That looks cheap and bad and weird. You know, but even the product image on Amazon looks cheapo.
Oh god, okay.
Let me send you a link so you can understand what I mean here. Like just look at those product images and tell me that doesn't look super cheapo.
Oh, let me see. Oop. Ua. Oh, that's how you pronounce Ua.
Pu'er tea. I need a pronunciation guide for that.
Yeah, no, that's cheap as hell.
No, I mean for $8, that's not that
I do-
cheap compared to that. Normally, a pack of
No,
tea of
but
that size costs like 2 to 3 euros.
I meant cheap as hell, as in of bad
Oh,
quality.
the packaging and everything. Yeah.
As in, like, yeah, that's not worth 80 euros. And I'm not someone that knows about how much thing costs in Europe, so I don't know. I'm just gonna say that to appear cool and hip. You know? Gotta appeal to the chill. Eris?
Sorry, I just read something extremely disturbing on Twitter.
Okay.
I'm not gonna repeat it because it contains harming of dogs, so that's fun.
No, that's not good.
Best to avoid tea on Amazon recommendations for only tea as either Jesse's Tea House or My Leaf. I mean, I don't know if those are international. Because, like, I'm living in Germany and Shua is from Colombia.
Yeah, you
I
got
almost said Puerto Rico again.
it. Sadly enough, I am not from Iron Mouse's country, no.
Everybody suddenly wants to be Puerto Rican thanks to Iron Mouse.
Honestly, like, she's a fucking queen. I really like her. She's like, oh my god, Latin American, like important Latin American in the new age.
I'm just
And
saying,
not only
I've never sat down and watched a single Iron Mouse stream. Not because I don't like her or anything, it's just like not the person who. I personally don't watch streams very often. And when I watch streams, I watch my teammates' streams or my friends' streams. So I have never sat down and watched a single Iron Mouse stream, but I am so impressed by what she has built.
It's incredible, honestly. It's like this is not really something that you would expect, not only a Latina, but also queer and disabled person
Wait, Iron
to be
Mouse
able
is
to
queer?
create. Yeah, she's very much bisexual or pan.
I was not aware she ever talked about that on stream, but yeah, more power to you,
Oh,
Queen.
Yeah, she's like a queer disabled Latina woman, like being able to gain this much popularity.
I'm honestly just so
Yeah,
happy
it's
that
pretty.
she's having fun. She has put in so
Yeah.
much work into all her stuff. She really deserves to just have fun now and take big steps
Yeah.
forward in her life.
Yeah, exactly. It's super cool. I respect the hell out of her.
My Leaf is based in London. Let me see if I can Google that. My Leaf Twitter. Oh no. Oh no, it's one of those websites that doesn't load.
Wait, I
Hey,
thought
just
you
wanna-
had. Thought you didn't have access to Colombian websites.
Shipping, there we go. Oh god, it's not loading. Captain, the website is dying.
It'd be like that.
It do
Probably.
be like that sometimes.
Sometimes, most times, all the time.
We have this tea house here in town. Let me see what it's called. Let me see, where am I? That means it's somewhere over here. Right, Domstraße, yeah. And then it should be... Am I dumb? Oh, apparently they just don't have a presence on
Civilized countries?
on maps.
Oh, on maps, I see.
It's a bit disappointing. I was hoping I could find its name. Oh well, I tried.
It makes sense. Anyway, did you know? No, you haven't, because I have not really entered this in any place that you could have read about it. But
But
been extremely slow since like October of last year,
yeah.
and only up to like these last 2 weeks ago, I actually decided to do something about it. So I got everything that I needed from my computer and everything, and I formatted it. So we got actually and holy shit, I forgot that this computer could be fast.
So you got your speed back by formatting it.
Yes, yes. Apparently, I had downloaded just a bunch of shit. I actually got a friend of mine who is a computer engineer come here and see what the hell was wrong, because I did study electrical engineering. I did not remember a single thing about that. Like I will not waste my time storing information I will not be able to use. So and by not able to use, I mean I don't have the capabilities to be able to use the information I learned.
What helped me a lot was switching everything to SSDs. I should invest into
What's
like
an
extra, solid state drives.
No.
There's two different ways to store data. There's HDDs, which is the good old hard drive that spins up and has little disks inside of it. And then there is the SDD, which is a liquid-based system. SDDs are a lot faster, but are less reliant or less reliable for pure data storage. Also, very much more expensive than an HDD. An HDD costs you like $20 for a terabyte. For an SSD, for 1 terabyte, you have to invest around 5 times the amount of money.
Okay.
Although they are like nearing each other in price nowadays. I think nowadays you can get a terabyte SSD for like $50 for no issue.
I might have to check because Colombia has this very funny thing that easily accessible things in other countries are nearly impossible to get here. And very difficult things to get in other countries is the easiest thing to find here.
See, an SSD, especially if you go for the NVMe.2 format, which you just plug directly into your motherboard, is like the size of a thumb. If need be, I'm gonna send it to you via airmail.
Okay. I'd have to check. But yeah, no, like I do go to a university that's literally next to a technology conglomerate where you find it like everything but cheap.
Nice.
Maybe I can ask about it and see how to use it, or like how much it would be. Because here's the thing, like it is expensive, but if you haggle a little bit, if you know where to buy the things, it can be extremely cheap. Because like it's very funny. Colombia is one of the countries where the US kinda sends all of the products that were not sold in the US. So if a bunch of computers, if a bunch of screens or something like are past their season, and they cannot really keep selling them in the US because it would be like a loss in their profits or whatever, because of XY reason, I don't know, as in like, oh, there's a new screen that's better and we want to sell this one because it's more expensive or whatever, then all of the extra stock, they will send it to a bunch of different countries in Latin America, Asia, and whatever. And we are one of the countries that they sell a bunch of shit to. And most of the time, we sell them at full, like most of places like sell them at full price. But in very specific places, they are on the know, and they're like, we know how much this costed. This did not cost us nearly enough as you are going to be able to buy it anywhere else. We're going to sell it to you nearly at the price that we bought it.
Yeah.
So it's quite cheap in comparison. Also, piracy is very much like an open thing to do here. Did you know?
Did somebody say yar har fiddly dee?
Exactly. Did you know that that's actually like very much part of the Colombian culture? At least when I was growing up. I think we are getting a bit too touched by the context. Yeah, we're getting a bit too US American in that context, because like we used to be very much into the whole and just buy a pirated DVD. It's like literally in every corner you can find someone selling tons of DVDs of a film that it's still on the like on the theaters,
Oh boy.
like at good, like in a good how do you call- in good condition. It's like, huh, that's interesting. How did you get this? Don't ask questions. Anyway,
Yeah, never ask questions. Hey, Pedro Carmen,
yeah.
thank you for the follow. Much appreciated.
But like something that I found very cool when I was young, and that actually allowed me to get a certain, like, close to certain how do you call it, like, culture of gaming, was that we have a way like, I got a PlayStation 2 from my brother. He lives in the United States, and he brought me a PlayStation 2 for my birthday when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old. The point is that someone told my parents, like, oh yeah, no, like the the original games are extremely expensive. Like, at the time, it would be the exchange for 50 or 60 bucks, which is like 150 or 200,000 pesos, kind of like that. That's the
How
normal.
much is that in US dollars?
About like 50 or 60 bucks.
100
But
pesos are
no,
100 pesos.
200,
100
100,000
pesos in euro. Okay, so 100 pesos are around 5 euros. Okay.
What? No.
Yeah, 100 pesos, 100 Mexican. Colombian pesos.
It's different. It's different. Colombian pesos. If an euro,
Oh
it's
my
about
god,
3,000
100
pesos.
Colombian pesos are less than 2 cents. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's that's the smallest coin we have. 100 pesos is the smallest coin we have. The
Okay.
smallest bill we have is 2,000 pesos.
Wait, 2,000 pesos. That's like a
It's a
50-cent coin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kinda.
how
Little bit
much
more.
would one of those DVDs cost in pesos?
5,000.
5,000
it's
pesos.
About an
So
euro
about 1
and a
euro
bit.
19?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, like that's the thing. That's the way that we will be able to afford to buy any kind of movie and stuff. And the same happened with games. You actually, but here's the thing. Consoles and stuff have inbuilt things that don't allow for pirated stuff.
Yeah, that's why you jailbreak
know?
them, and then Nintendo sues you and sends you to
Exactly.
jail for 15 years and then garners a third of your wage check for the rest of your life. Because that's fair and fun.
Yeah. So PlayStation 2, back when it came out, it did have that. It didn't allow for like pirated other copies. Like, it had a very specific situation. Anyway, so we just went to a little store in the center of the city, and we got a chip installed. This chip straight up overruled any kind of like check that the console could ever do. The only bad thing about it is that you couldn't connect to the internet to like play online games and whatever.
Jailbreak it.
And then after that, I was able to buy literally hundreds of games. Some of them, they just straight up didn't work. But I do remember that there was this game called Justice League Unlimited or something like that.
Wait, I think
It
I've heard of
was-
this.
Yeah, it's fun. It was very fun because like you could play with your friends, and like each level you had to control two different characters.
Wait, wasn't this
And
for the Game Boy Advance?
I don't know.
Justice League Unlimited Halls of Injustice. I think that's a...
Okay, it's only unlimited.
No, that's the online one.
Is it unlimited?
Eh.
No. Oh wait, no. Unlimited is the game. No, it's the show.
It's the show,
sorry.
yeah.
Justice League. I don't know. I don't remember the actual
Oh,
name.
well.
But the point. Oh, Justice League Heroes. Oof, it was such a good one. And it's like a third person. You control two characters, so like your friend plays one and you played another one. At the time where games had like inbuilt cheats,
Oh
so
yeah.
me and my friend would always put on the immortality, the immortality cheat, because we were not gamers. We were just there for the laughs. But the funny part is that we would always arrive to a very specific game, no, a level.
And then
And
fail?
this fucking level, no, this fucking level, it had no textures. It was a pure void of gray.
What do you mean
we
it
were
had
like-
no textures?
It had no textures. We couldn't know where the hell we were going. We only could see the enemies and a gray, like a gray everything that was like a gray mist kinda. So we would like go around just like stepping and hitting each other like against the walls and trying to force our way through.
Oh
The
my god,
goddamn
you tried
level.
to brute force it. Let's go.
Exactly, and it's not like, and we didn't really have any issues with it because we straight up were immortal. Like we straight up, well, couldn't get any damage at all. So like we had time. It took like 2 hours to get to the fucking thing, but we did it. And the next, and since then we were always, how do you call it? Scared that the next one would also be broken. But no, that was the only level that had the issue. But it's kind of fun.
Piracy is fun for the whole family.
It's fun for like it's a whole new challenge, you know. Like you
Yeah.
cannot you cannot tell like you cannot tell legal gamers that they can like go over a level that has nothing in there, but we can.
Piracy was also a lot more accepted in Germany, like when I was younger. Because I remember that my father always used to buy, he used to buy these photocopy or basically illegal copied DVDs when he went to Czechoslovakia. But you gotta realize my father had fucking money, like he could have just bought all of those movies anyways. But no, he went out of his way to buy the illegal ones, up until the point where we were watching, I think it was Ice Age, the second movie or something like that. We were watching that as a family, family in big quotation marks because it was just, you know.
Understandable.
And suddenly in the middle of it, a random porn scene came on and then the movie
Oh
continued.
god. Oh no.
So it was just movie, 30 seconds of porn, movie. And that was the last time he bought a pirated DVD.
Oh god. That's probably something that got corrupted inside of the computer, inside
Nah,
of
I
the
think so.
pirate's
Just put
computer
it in there
thing.
to have some fun.
I mean, yeah, that's true too. That could be the case as well. You're like, take this, fucking kids. You're like, damn.
I'm personally a fan of piracy because of the simple reason that companies are making it harder and harder to access content or access games or movies and stuff that you have bought. Like it's like, just look at EA making it impossible to access the Division or whatever it was called. Although there was this racing game that they now took the servers down and then removed the ability for you to install it. And literally force uninstalled it from your system via the launcher. Which is just insane. Like you bought the entire game, but you are not allowed to own it. You're the crew. You're not allowed to own it anymore. Which is just, Jesus Christ, how is this legal?
Yeah, and that's the thing, no? It's very much a capitalist pig situation.
Or the fact
fucker
that like
just-
they are taking down entire seasons of animated shows that you legally bought, and then you can't access them anymore because they just go like, oh yeah, it's not in our media library anymore, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's like in that context as well, piracy is very much something that allows for keeping the content alive. Or how do you call that? Like that has a name. Like
Media,
libraries sometimes.
media. Oh god, it's game preservation is what it's called.
Yes, preservation, exactly. It's media preservation. Piracy is media preservation because we know that companies are never gonna care about that shit.
Hi
It's like,
Nintendo.
yeah. It's like everyone already bought it. Everyone already has it in their family computer or whatever. We're not going to gain any more money by keeping it in our database. Let's just get rid of it.
Thank you for the follow, Blue
Piece of
Heart.
shit. Thank you. Oh, it's Blue. Hi, Blue. How you doing?
For me, it's always just the ridiculousness of having having no way to legally buy many Nintendo games, right? Like you physically
Yes.
cannot buy and consume. Let's say if I say I want to play Oracle of Seasons from Legend of Zelda, right? That's a Game Boy Color game. I cannot buy a Game Boy Color, and I cannot buy the games anywhere unless I go online or I go into a second-hand store and buy it there. So obvious solution is to go and emulate the thing. Because even if you own a 3DS or you own a Switch, Nintendo doesn't give you the option to buy that stuff because they have removed it from the Nintendo store. So I go and emulate it. At that point, Nintendo can legally sue me for emulating a game that they do not even sell anymore.
Yup.
It's like,
Bullshit
what
situation.
kind of loss do you have from me emulating a game you physically don't sell?
That you're not you're not selling. Bullshit.
Copyright
Bullshit.
laws are bullshit.
Copyright. Yeah, exactly. It's like, just fuck off. Especially because like copyright laws, like the idea of copyright laws in the like in how they are being protected and stuff.
Yeah,
It's very much the context. It's very much in the context of like, how do you call it? Protecting the artist, you know? However, most of the time the copyright law is not going to protect artists. It goes to protect corporations that are going to take advantage of artists.
It protects the corporate entities, not the artists. Artists have almost no positives out of copyright laws, and that's a proven fact here in Germany. We have the GEMA, it's basically like a conglomerate that is supposed to protect artists in terms of like music artists, in terms of copyright, right? But what GEMA actually does nowadays is basically only helping people, helping corporations sue small people over small claims. But the artists themselves don't get any of the money the GEMA sues out of people.
Yep.
It's like all these like copyright laws only exist to protect the rich.
Like, let's be real. Most laws that have to do with anything content related or like things that are bought, it's very much for the corporations. Very little actually for the people that create them.
Yeah. You made a lyric video, credited the original artists, liked their sites, videos, downloadable sites, and all the jazz, gave citations, they were like, smack no. Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? It goes even further, like, there is artists, or rather their companies that own their stuff, that went on websites like Ultimate Guitar, where you can post chords, so you can play songs on guitar. And copyright struck different people putting the chords to their songs online. Like, which one? Rick Astley is very famous one. Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. And his entire music catalog was chorded on Ultimate Guitar. And his company, not himself, but his company jumped in and took all of them down because they are so copyright horny that they didn't even want people to be able to play the song on a guitar.
Oh my god.
So I shit you not, if you go on Ultimate Guitar right now and you type in Never Gonna Give You Up and
Ultimate Guitar is the one that's like
It's
the
basically the
Guitar Hero
website where you
thing.
can find all the guitar chords and stuff. But I
Ah,
shit you not
okay.
here, I can send you the link. It says, sorry, this artist has told us we can't show this tab.
Oh god.
Here, let me send you the
That
link.
that's so fucking stupid.
Like, it's not
Oh
even that they're
god.
playing the song on the website, because they don't. It's literally just the lyrics and the chords above them. It's
Yeah.
literally just you physically cannot look up certain lyrics for songs on some websites because the record companies will legitimately strike lyric websites for posting the lyrics to a song. It's that
Yep.
insane.
Very much so.
Copyright is completely out of control, is all I'm saying.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed. But yeah, no, it's bullshit. And as a small creator, as a small artist that actually wants to take stuff like that, it's very demoralizing in the concept in the concept of like, okay, I have to be super careful about anything that is copyright related with anyone unless I fucking lawyer up and
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
Because
no.
if not, anyone can get, like, companies are going to take advantage of the things that I that I create. And if I ever like even use or consider using anything a company owns, then I have to be like, hey, no, like, I actually can use this because reason, and they can just be like, no, fuck you.
It's just disheartening for many for me as a content creator. It is disheartening. Like, I have so many issues with finding especially background music to use that I most often fall back and default to Lo-Fi Girl, which we're listening to right now because I know for a fact Lo-Fi Girl will never copyright strike me.
Lo-fi girl, she's a respectable girl.
Guy, let me
She
tell
does
you,
not copyright.
guys, let me tell you, I don't even like Lo-Fi.
No.
But it's the only reliable thing. Even if I go on YouTube and I go like, hey, no copyright background music, blah blah blah. As I told you before, I had this one song I've been using for years, this one playlist, and in the last few years, in the last few weeks, it started to get copyright struck every time I use it.
Fucking
had, like-
capitalism.
I had like 5 to 6 minute sections of every single one of my VODs muted every time I used that because one song suddenly went from being free to use into copyright territory.
Yeah, and that is happening to more and more media, more and more
No, Fia, no.
things. More like core, right? I don't know what that means.
Uwu samples part of your song and
Oh,
map
that
correct
part.
and sues you on copyright grounds cutely.
Oh, okay. I just saw the comment. Ah, got that. Cutely is very important. Like,
You gotta do it cutely.
if you're cute,
Uwu.
if you're cute about it, then it's fine.
It's
then
fine.
Always forgiven. Like, you cannot do shit against me. I'm cute. What's the original phrase of it? I don't know. I'm cute. It doesn't matter. I don't have to remember shit. I'm cute.
Exactly, she was adorable.
I'm adorable. I don't need to have memory or skills
Or brain.
or brain or what were we talking about?
Exactly.
No, like, for real, I forgot. Oh, copyright situation. Why did you, like, I wonder, do you have these kind of conversations with your other tea guests?
Yeah, it's about basically everything that comes to mind.
Understandable.
Like, I don't really put a filter on any of this.
Good. I've just noticed that any time that we collab or we do these kind of tea times, we just always go full leftist manifestation.
Correct, we don't talk about the tomboy panic.
Wait, Shiva, did Eris tell you about the tomboy? Why don't we talk about that though?
Let's not, huh?
Why not though?
How
Why
about we
don't we talk
don't?
about the tomboy panic? How about
Look,
we do though?
yesterday night in a different server, somebody was like, "Yo, Eris is like a full tomboy," and I had a fucking mental
What?
breakdown because I was like, "I'm not a tomboy, am I? Like, I don't behave like a tomboy. I don't see myself as a tomboy." And then I went into my Discord and was like, "Guys, am I a tomboy?" I was like so scared. I was like, "Am I a tomboy?"
What did they say?
Like, do people see me as a tomboy? I'm not a tomboy, am I? Please don't give me tomboy. Please tell me I don't give tomboy energy. And then everybody called me down and said I'm not tomboy energy.
Yeah, girl, you're femme as hell.
I wouldn't say femme as hell. Like, I very
Yes,
rarely wear makeup. I'm not really a dress-wearing girl. But I'm definitely more femme-leaning than anything else.
okay, yes. Like, not tomboy. I mean, like, don't worry about it. Don't worry your little head about that. However, apparently your Discord already told you that, so it's fine.
I could understand if somebody said like, "Yeah, Eris, you have like dommy mommy energy." Like that I would understand, but tomboy really
Yeah.
took me from left field. Eris is
You're
the
like,
big
"Wait,
titty golf
no."
girlfriend all the guys in RuneScape are trying to buy. That is true. I am the big titty golf girlfriend.
I have not seen you wearing anything goth related though. If anything, big titty classical girlfriend. I don't know.
Let me see if I can find an IRL photo of mine for you.
Darn. Okay. I shall wait then.
Here, granted, it's a few years old, but like,
Like you.
as I said,
Who isn't a few years old?
there, I sent you one. Hi,
Right.
fish.
It's not okay. For some reason, it's not appearing. Maybe it's my internet. It's definitely my internet.
Oh
Give me
no.
a second.
His internet is dead. Can I
It'd
has
be
to...
like that.
Fish really wants to know what I look like. So the more
Who's
fish
Fish?
begs and asks, the less I'm gonna send it.
Ah! Why it's not appearing? What the hell?
I sent it to you in DMs.
Yeah. I am aware of that piece of information.
She looks like Eva Green. Let me see.
Give me a second. I'll.
Eva Green.
Eva Green?
I look nothing like Eva Green. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I literally have the two images open side by side and like, no, I don't. That's the joke? Oh my god, I'm gonna punch him.
What? But a good joke would be if she actually did look like the person.
I
That's
don't think I look like any
wrong.
celebrity I know. Is it just not
If-
loading for you?
Yeah, no, it's just I'm like I'm starting things again and being like, hey, maybe this works. Like, did you know I actually like told you I formatted the computer
Mm-hmm.
and I saved a Steam backup for Dark Souls 2 because I am doing a gameplay thing with a, how do you call it? Like I'm passing the whole of Dark Souls 2 with a friend on stream.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, hey, keeping the freaking Dark Souls 2 is kind of important. So I backed up the whole thing. For some reason, it was 19 gigabytes of information.
You know, you could have just saved it into
No, I didn't.
the
No, I didn't
Steam
know.
Cloud saves, right?
No, actually, for some reason, Steam Cloud does not work for the Dark Souls 2. I did check that out. Anyway, I got the thing.
No, of course it does. I have all my Steam saves and all my Dark Souls saves in the cloud. I delete them.
not-
I uninstall all my games regularly.
Well, I don't know. It didn't work for me.
Rip.
Holy shit, you are a goth girl.
I told you.
Why do you look so Latin? Oh, wait.
Because I'm
Italian.
half
Right.
Sicilian.
Right. Italian. I
Why
have
do you look
forgotten.
so Latina? He asked the Sicilian woman.
Yeah, and then I was like, why do you look so Latin? And then I remembered, wait, right. Mediterranean.
Yeah, it's almost as if I'm like same genes.
Same genes. Actually, yeah, I kind of like that situation. That like in lower Europe is very much a like, oh, we have African, we have African blood too. Even though a lot of people are never going to recognize that part of it.
All
Like,
I'm saying
God,
is Sicily is a hodgepodge of cultures. Everyone from Tunisia to Egypt to Arabia to obviously Italy,
big mix
Greece
there.
has jerked into Sicily at some point. So my genetics are whatever the fuck came out of that.
Yeah, same. Literally same. It's very much a thing in Colombia too. Because of because of the whole colonization.
And
Yay,
then the
we're happy.
Spanish came.
Exactly. Like never expected the Spanish with the Spanish Inquisition. However, okay, like let's go back to a little bit more like for real situation. Fun fact. Spain, like the Spain government within the colonies was not as bad as we were told it was. Like, fun fact, the people, the natives that like lived within like the countries under the Spanish conquest, they were citizens. They were regarded as citizens of the crown. So they had the same, if a little bit less, because they were not Spanish. But they did have like power under the law to be able to like actually work within the law. If they were being attacked, or if they were in any way harmed by something that a law was protecting them, they could actively go with the crown and stuff and have their rights be respected, which is not something that we're told a lot. But historically speaking, that is correct. Is not the whole situation as in like the US, that very much the the native people there did not get any kind of rights in the situation. They did get a couple like places to be like, okay, you stay in that minuscule little part where we are not going to allow you to have any kind of like food or water arrive there. Yeah, what happened?
Just a second. Corex, you are way too British to come into this chat and say the words colonization good.
Yeah, correct. What
continue.
The fuck? You cannot say that.
Please continue.
Anyway, what I'm saying is that later on, like you do know how the British, like the meme is that, oh, Britain owned everything. Britain was all over the world. I'm like, no.
Spaniards would like to have a word with that.
Yeah, it's like the Spanish, I think the Spanish Empire was very much the bigger one of the two. And fun fact, when we were learning about colonization and stuff, and we were seeing how, like, in the northern part of the world and stuff, the colonies there, like in the United States, Canada, and Australia and stuff, and how good, quote unquote, we're doing, one of the common comments that we would hear and that we would listen to and would say back in school would be, if only Colombia had been colonized by the British instead.
I mean, let's be real here. Spanish and British doesn't really make a lot of difference. Wouldn't it be better if colonization didn't happen and people just got to live their fucking life in peace.
Definitely.
I just
However,
feel
like, it
like
was
white
interesting.
people fuck too much things up.
Definitely. However, we're also giving too much, too much like power to what white people had been able to do. In the context of, for example, like white people or like and Spaniards would not have been able to conquer so much if they hadn't worked with the natives inside of our continent.
Yeah.
Why? Because like we still had empires that were very much assholes against most of the rest of the like continent, you know? Like the Inca Empire and the Aztec Empire were stupidly big, and they worked basically as any other empire in the world. There were a very few places that were good, and the rest of the states were feudal, kinda. They were under the rest. So any person that was not within this very specific social strata would not be regarded as people, or would not be regarded as important as the people there, you know? So like very much a work of hierarchies and whatever. So a lot of like lower powered people, lower powered populace, let's say, when they saw the Spaniards arrive, they were like, oh shit, new people that are not from this place. We need to ask for help. We need to be like, hey, we need your help destroying this hierarchy, this empire that is destroying everything. You know, revolution. Like under, like what they were seeing, what they were thinking was like, yeah, let's go. We have the power to do revolution, and we're going to be helped by these strangers to be able to destroy the revolution, because apparently they want to help us. And then at the end of it, when it was obvious that like the empire was falling and everything, then the fucking Spaniards were like, okay, but now it's ours, you pieces of shit. And people are like, wait, what do you mean? And damn, colonization again. So it's very much like a, how do you call it? A play of situations going around. It is very sad that like a lot of the culture was lost, and that is what I think is bad about the colonization in Latin America. We lost so much of our culture.
Isn't it
But
always the first thing that suffers from colonization? It's just the culture, because apparently humans are physically unable to take over a different part of land. Like, even if you agree with the whole taking over the land situation, why can humans not let those people keep their culture? It's always the first thing that they target.
It's because it's power. Because if you get them out of the culture, if their culture is very much part of it, colonization is not really possible within the context of, hey, why are we doing things like this if we used to do it like this? You know? It's like, if there's new laws, if there's new context, culture is going to come with it because it's part of their day-to-day life. You cannot control someone if you don't control everything around that.
But if you look at the things that colonization has always done, like for example, just now in Canada they're starting to work through the facts that there was entire schools where they murdered Canadian I don't want to call it Aboriginal, that's not the right word, Canadian native people, and they murdered like their children there and forced them to become as white and Christian as possible, and it's just really fucked up. And they did the same thing with Native Americans, and they did the same thing with Native Sicilians, and wherever you find those things, the Christians always came in and destroyed every culture that existed before them. It's really disgusting.
Yeah. It is disgusting, and it's very much what I was saying. It's a tool of control. They are colonizing a place, they are making it theirs, they are trying to create a government and something that is under their control. Culture is very important for them to destroy. because it's very much a tool that they have in order to control the people that live there. It's awful. It's straight up the definition of genocide.
I mean, yeah. It just
So,
grosses me out
yeah.
how we have just
Yeah.
we have a normalized culture of not interacting with these things that our ancestors have done. Of like
Yes.
pretending that, like, even in Germany, if you go back 100 years, there's many Germans that are just flat out refusing to acknowledge the Second World War and the genocide against the Jews ever happening. Like, there's a lot of Germans that just have this idea that, oh, we are not responsible for what our ancestors did, which, like, yeah, fair, maybe we shouldn't get constantly punished for it, but that doesn't mean we can absolve ourselves to just pretend it never happened.
Exactly.
And for me, it's the
very
same
much
with Britain and their entire fucking colonization thing, or Spain and their colonization, or America and slavery, or fucking... No matter where
It's
you
like-
go, everybody has fucked something up.
It's like the systems that were in place that allowed for such a thing to happen most of the times are still in place right now, and not being able to talk about these kind of issues or recognize that what is in place, like the thing, is still very much affecting the people today.
Yeah, people
is-
also don't
is-
wanna...
is the thing, yeah.
People don't want to interact with the fact that they are still profiting from these systems.
Yes.
Like being white
Exactly.
in America being a lot easier than being black in America.
Yep.
How dare you even suggest that?
How dare
It's the same in Germany. How dare I suggest that being visibly German is a lot easier in Germany than being visibly non-German? Or the
Yeah,
amount of
it's like,
times I
makes
haven't
no
gotten invitations to jobs, etc. because of my name. Where I know for a
Damn.
fact that I have... Like, I've been told by someone who worked in the personal area, I don't know what it's called, but basically HR, right? HR of a company told me through the rows that the only reason I didn't get employed was because of my Italian name.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Hey, at least they had the balls to tell me.
Yeah, it's like, hey, honestly, props to you. Probably you were not even the one who chose to not.
Yeah,
Get you in.
they told me that they would have employed me, but their boss said not with that name.
Holy fuck.
They told me that, like, hey, off the books, this is the reason why you didn't get employed. It's not your fault. You have all the credentials. You were great. You were like the best person we interviewed, but our boss didn't want to employ you because he's a racist.
And then people say that Italians don't suffer from racism. It's like, hey,
I think
There
that
are one of the most
every
Mediterranean.
person who has a different sounding name than the one from the country's language, or every person that looks a little bit different, will always run into issues because these people always have, oh, what's the English word? In German it's Vorurteil, prejudgment.
yeah.
What's it
The-
called?
I've-
Prejudice.
Prejudice. Yeah, I
People
was
have
like,
biases
I
and
know what you're
prejudices,
talking.
even if they don't admit it. Like, it's a fact that if you have two people with the exact same grades, the exact same background, the exact same interview performance, but one of them happens to be darker colored in their skin, then the whiter
Yup.
person gets the job 100% of the time. But people
Yup.
like to pretend, oh, there is no bias. It's like, maybe you're a fucking cunt.
Definitely, they're a fucking cunt.
And I think one of the main reasons why we are still having to deal with this shit is because people refuse to interact with these realities. They refuse to interact with their biases and their preconceptions, and they just go in hard and pretend that none of that ever happens.
Yeah, it's like, hey, that like slavery is solved. We don't have to talk about that
just
anymore.
don't rock the boat, you know?
Like talking about issues? Nah. That's not necessary. Don't you know it's been solved?
Exactly.
Yeah, that kind of that kind of way of thinking only ever is good for one specific type of person, which is the people that are actively getting, how do you call it? I forgot. Privileged by these things.
Yeah. I'm just so tired of people to refuse. I'm tired of people refusing to even acknowledge that they might have biases. Like, I grew up being the target of racism. And I still have some racist biases that I'm actively working against. You can't tell me that someone who grew up white in Germany as a heterosexual cis man who never had to deal with racism in their entire life suddenly has no biases and never has a single racist thought. Like, the amount of times I had, like, my mother is a great person, don't get me wrong, but I often have to tell my mom, no, Mom, this is not a immigrants made it horrible problem. This is a immigrants are a great target to pin the blame on problem. It's like, so often I had to be like, hey, just because some immigrants are horrible people doesn't mean that all of them are horrible people. Like, you don't have to, like... And my mom really isn't racist. She would never walk up to an immigrant and be like, you're a bad person, or you need to go back to where you come from. That's not what she is, but she still has racist recognitions that are there, and she still has to work around them and has to be actively reminded to confront these racist thoughts that she grew up with and has been socialized with.
As I've said, if you, like, for example, in Colombia and in the United States and probably most of Europe, you are racist, you are trans misogynist, you are transphobic, homophobic. Why? Because our cultures are like that, you know?
Yeah.
We grew up with all of those things. We all are, to a certain degree, all of those things.
And even if you
the
look
thing
at...
is to actively recognize whenever you are being like that and fight against it. Doesn't mean that you don't have those thoughts. Why? Because you were raised with them.
Another thing is that many people don't even realize that their cultures are racist against themselves. Like, for example, if you look to Southeast
that happens
Asia,
to me.
In Southeast Asia, it is a common thing for women to use bleaching creams on their skin to be whiter, because being dark-skinned in those countries is still seen as an extremely negative thing and a mark of being poor and a lower social class. So they still to this day have hordes of women bleaching their own skin so they can look whiter.
Yeah, fun fact, that also happened. Well, not the bleaching part, but the outer racism, self-racism, it's very much a thing in Colombia too. Like, we are, as I told you before, it's like, oh, if only we had been colonized by someone better. First. Second, any European place is better than, any northern hemisphere place is better than Colombia. That is a common thought. Exactly.
Colombia is suffering from having a bad economy, but that's a direct result of colonization. It will take maybe another 200 years for Colombia to catch up with the rest of the world because it was fucked over so hard.
Exactly. And the thing is that, for example, like, coming back to our president, my president right now, it's working so fucking hard with a lot of things, but as in like many other countries, the parliament, or I forget the name, it's very much majority right-winged. So a lot of the things, like, he is trying to reform healthcare and take it completely off the hands of private industries. Right now, it is a half and half situation. Right now, like, hospitals and a bunch of different places are public. However, the companies that organize and, like, structure insurance and a bunch of other things, those are still private. And the process makes it so much more complicated. it makes it take a lot longer,
Yeah.
and it's bad. A lot of people don't like the the health system that we have in Colombia. However, it has become quite popular to recognize or to see the healthcare in the United States. So most people are like, "Phew! At least we're not over there. At least we're not going to lose. At least we're not going to lose our house if
Yes,
something
the
happens to
old
us."
reliable of living in a negative situation. At least we're not in America.
Yeah, literally. So
At
like a
least we're
lot of
not in the
people,
US. Let's go.
exactly. So a lot of people are actively being like, "Why are you trying to change it? That's bad." But actually, I actually kind of understand sometimes a bit of it, because our previous president was also trying to do a reform to our health system. However, he was trying to private it completely.
From someone who lives in a country where most of the healthcare system is privatized, fuck that shit.
Yeah, I lived in the United States
Having
for
lived
for 7 years. I almost lose. Oh shit, it's Kitty.
Hi, Kiri.
Kitty.
Yeah, hack
How
that
you
crap
doing?
indeed. How are you doing,
If
oh
anyone
cutest
doesn't-
of snakes?
If anyone doesn't know, Kitty is another snake, another friend of ours.
Let me do another
She's
shout
good.
out.
Shout her out. Shout
Yeah.
her really good. Be like, Kitty,
There
we
you go.
love
Go
you,
and,
like that.
Go and follow Kiri. She's adorable. She draws well, and she streams way better content than I ever could. Bird snake.
She's such a good programmer. For example, she sometimes does streams like that. She's
Yeah,
just
she's a
programming
fucking
and
she's
shit,
a fucking
and it's
nerd.
like,
It's
holy
okay.
shit.
You can just say she's a fucking nerd.
She's a fucking nerd, and she's also an amazing artist. Have you ever seen her? Like,
Artiste.
she does a lot of art streams, and it's so fucking good to see like the thing come
It's
out.
so
It's like,
gay.
how do you do this? How do you do this? And she's so gay. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
Kiri is like the
The
gayest.
gayest person. Gayest person I know. It's just amazing.
Kiri is the gayest person on this side of the Mississippi. I mean, Mississippi.
Miss who sip. I wanna. Why no? What this. Meme. There we go.
What was it? Are you from Mississippi? Because you're the only miss who's pippy. I want a sippy.
Yes, something like that.
I'm gonna see myself out now.
Okay, have a good night, Eris. What the hell were we talking about? Anyway, yes. So
Yeah. Something,
and,
something left-wing politics or better.
yeah. Also, did you know? Petro, our current president, was one of the first international leaders who actively how do you say that? Like, negatively talked about Israel.
Huh. I really am glad that Spain and the other countries are now acknowledging Palestine as a state.
Yeah.
I personally,
It's hard for you because
I am embarrassed by the stance of my country when it comes to Israel.
yeah.
Because like Germany has this I don't care or we don't acknowledge any of these atrocities happening. Germany has this problem of we were kind of dicks to the Jews once and now we're too scared to ever argue against them ever again. So Germany will never say anything negative about Israel this but like never. It will not happen. Germany will probably never acknowledge Palestine. Even our left-wing government is like, yeah, fuck, we can't really do anything with the Jews. Like, better not be part of this whole conversation. Or
And I feel like a
be
big problem-
obviously supportive of the Jews.
Yeah, it's like it is like the worst thing about this conversation is that Israel actively made it a thing to be like with or against the Jews when Jewish people and Jewish religion has nothing to do
Yeah, that's a
with everything that
Zionism
is happening over there. That shit is colonization pure. Like that shit is made, if anything, like that is very much a racist and how do you call it, anti-Semitic situation that happened within, like, the creation of the state of Palestine is anti-Semitic in the context of, like, no, sorry, Israel. The state of Israel is actively anti-Semitic in the concept of, like, it was created initially, like the idea was created initially by Nazi high-ranking people. I don't know.
Yes, but what actually happened was that after the Second World War, the world, like nobody really wanted the Jews around anymore. Everybody was like, yeah, we totally don't hate the Jews, but we also totally don't want you in our country. So that was fun. So they decided, hey, what if we just take the Jews and we push them into their holy land? And then they looked at the map and they were
hey,
like,
but there's someone here.
There's someone there already, but that doesn't really matter, does it? Because they're brown people. So they basically went in the UN. This was a UN resolution, by the way. They just went in, decided, hey, we're now creating the state of Israel in this area, and the Palestinian people who already lived there went like, but wait, we already live here. And then the UN, who at that point was basically only white countries, was like, yeah, but you're not a recognized state, and this one will be, so go fuck yourself. Which is just the most fucked up shit. They just decided, hey, you people can now have this country. You just get to own this now. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Now get the fuck out of our country.
So, imagine you're a person living in a country and the UN suddenly decides, hey, your country now doesn't belong to you anymore, and these other people that have like only minor claims to your area based on a religious book are now allowed to just take over your country. Also, your state is now not recognized anymore, and you can go fuck yourself. Is it maybe a little bit understandable that the Palestinian people are, you know, what's the word, pissed off?
Yeah, and that's not even, and like they have been pissed off since always, but only now they're trying to be like, oh, because it's Hamas and whatever. Like, we know that's not the real fucking reason. Like, you're giving them a name. You're giving, like, you know what Hamas is? Literally, it's, I think it means revolution or something like that.
Hamas
like, it's straight up.
Is a symptom of the way Palestinian people have been treated.
It's a revolutionary army. They're straight up trying to
I am not a Hamas sympathizer. Don't get me wrong. I do not think Hamas should be a thing that exists. They are clearly a terrorist organization. There is no way around it. The things they do are the wrong way. I do think that violence against the oppressor, yes, is a valid thing, but doing it on a scale where you go and attack innocent people instead of military targets makes you a terrorist. So, not a fan of Hamas. But pretending that Hamas is not a symptom of what is actually happening down there is completely illiterate and completely misunderstanding the entire situation, because in reality, if you go in and you kill the grandfather and then the child grows up hating you and then you kill that child who was the father, then you can't complain when the grandchild suddenly fucking hates you. Like, that is not how that works. Like, you can't go in, terrorize these people over 75 years, kill thousands of them, oppress them, take their lands, destroy their buildings, wipe out their culture, press them into two tiny areas in what was formerly their entire country, and then complain when they retaliate. Like, nobody would be dumb enough to beat a dog 70 times and then complain when the dog bites back.
Also, there are documents that have been investigated, considering that the state of Israel perhaps started Hamas within the stuff, and then
I wouldn't be surprised.
As in, like, okay, so we want to wipe out all Palestinians. We need an excuse. And then they just went and colonized the hell out of like they hyper imperialize their shit. Bullshit. No, wait, that's not even that's more, if anything, that's more of a US tactic. They Americanized the shit out of Palestine.
I just think it's important to understand that you can. We have this word in Germany, this phrasing where we say, a vase, or like a, what's the word, Krug. Basically, I'm gonna look up the word now because I'm having a fucking moment.
Don't you worry.
A jar or a jug can only go to the well until it breaks, you know? Like you can only punish someone so many times before they start to retaliate and before they start to defend themselves. And that is exactly what's happening down there. They have been locked in this conflict for 75 years. There is really no way in which you can now complain that they are starting to retaliate against the way they are being treated. Like, I don't understand why any of this is surprising to anyone on the world stage nowadays.
It's not. It's very much, well, maybe the people. Maybe for people, but like, let's be real, no government is surprised.
I just really hope that we can get to a point where the two-state solution actually becomes a thing. Because at this point, you can't even take like the Zionists out of Palestine at this point. That is their home too now.
Yeah.
So we need to get to a point where.
And the thing is that Palestine themselves, they're like, we can make a two-state thing. Like they are actively like, yeah, they're very much. It is very much a possibility within Palestinian reason, let's say.
Yeah, for me, it's
the only
just,
one.
I'm just worried that they are gonna take this whole thing, blow it out of proportion even more, and make it an issue of a continued course of Netanyahu's policies, basically. Because if this continues on for too long, they will reach the conclusion of, we can only exist if the others don't.
Yeah. Which is bullshit. It's very much like okay, yeah, the thing exists now. The policies are the ones that have to end. You know, like it's that there's no ability to like keep having this without the same policies within Israel and stuff. And like right now, what I'm seeing is that world people and whatever are putting all of the how do you call that?
Pressure?
Like not the pressure, but like they're putting all the blame on Netanyahu and the people next to him, when dude's literally just doing what was planned from the beginning.
Netanyahu is also just a symptom of the problem.
Yeah. The two is very much like hey, the problem is that colonization, the initial colonization of the thing, and the idea that this place is yours without, how do you call it? It's yours by it in itself, you know? And
the
like
idea
getting
that
rid of
anybody has a right to land is so dumb to me. Like, I will never understand the human obsession with owning part of the planet. It's so nonsensical.
Yeah.
But then again, I've said this before and I will say it again, I am firmly against the idea of humans being able to own land, which is also why I hate landlords so much. Nobody should own land. This is a part of the planet. You don't own the planet, humanity.
That also that also goes back to the, how do you call it? Like anthropocentrism situation as well.
Yeah.
As in the, hey, like there's a bunch of other like species and people living in the planet. We cannot just say it's ours. It's like,
it's horrid.
Like we are all sharing. Like it's everything's important. You cannot just assume or
Humans have
take
this
advantage of everything
need
else.
to put themselves over others constantly, and it isn't just
Yeah.
animals, but also like other people. It's the same reason why racism exists, because for some reason humans are always trying to be on top. That's so
Yeah.
weird.
It is definitely not ideal. It's yeah, it's very much a thing that happens. But I do know that like a culture in which that is not the norm is possible. The problem is that cultures that are like that are usually overpowered by cultures where that is the norm.
Yeah. I just hope that we at some point reach the stage as humanity where we do not feel the need to draw imaginary lines on paper anymore that somehow divide us.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care where you're from as long as your food is good. Which is why I fucking hate Britain.
Exactly. Important. Like every
It's important
any
that
kind
we hate
of
Britain because their food is shit. Not because they're bad
Yes.
people, it's just their food is shit.
Exactly.
Sausage roll these
you're going-
nuts.
Yeah, if you're going to hate any British related for being bad people, just government and the people that are with them, that's fine. But the rest, yeah, your food is bad. I
World
really don't
without
know.
borders, indeed. I just do believe that it is time to create a world without money and without borders. Like, we have enough in this world to feed 3 times the amount of people there are right now. It's just that
Indeed.
because of... Yeah, we literally do. We are throwing away enough food to feed the entire world two more times.
Yup.
It's insane how much food
And
we
we are
throw away and
choosing-
waste in the name of capitalism.
Yeah, exactly.
We could
It is
all live in this planet together with no issues whatsoever, with no want and no need for anyone. We just decided that that's not worth it because somebody has to profit.
yeah,
And that's
exactly.
fucked up.
Like someone else can profit, someone else can like no one gets this food unless I get this food. And you're like, fuck off.
It's not just that, it's just nobody gets this food unless I make $1 off of it. It's weird. Like, just look up
Yeah.
how much food actually gets destroyed every year. There is insane amounts of grain that gets burned every year to keep the price up. And I shit you not, it's literally just to keep the price up because they're like, hey, we have so much grain. If we sold it all, the price for grain would tank. So instead, we're taking the grain we already produced and we are burning it. Meanwhile, there's people starving all over the world.
Don't like, come on, Eris. You know this as much as we know. Brown people aren't people.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Brown people aren't. What about the poor white people that are starving in America because they do not get paid a living wage?
As
Oh,
I
sorry,
said,
I forgot.
like-
Poor people are also not people.
Exactly. Like, come on, Eris. You know this. I'm not people.
Ah. Yeah, neither am I. I'm trans, so sorry, I'm not people either.
Exactly.
Hey,
We
Chad,
don't-
raise your hand if you're people.
Hey, Chad, are you a people?
Are you a people or are you not white, male, cis, and hetero? And rich?
And rich. Exactly.
Raise your hand if you're people, and if you are people, please donate. I need money.
Exactly. Like, hey, people. Recognize. Like, you have money. Give us to us. Let us be people.
Let me be a people. Maybe I can buy some cis energy.
Cis energy. Oh my god.
Please, Daddy Elon, if I have money, will you love me?
Oh.
Be right back.
Ooh,
I think I
that's
gotta throw up.
Ugh. Yeah. I'm trans and poor. Yeah.
Congratulations, you're not
Maybe-
people. You know what they say, all humans are equal, but some humans are more equal than others.
Indeed. Animal Farm. It's so funny how Animal Farm made it to be like the status and whatever made Animal Farm to be like something specifically against communism.
And
it's
now
like,
it's
hey.
more anti-capitalist than communist.
The funny thing is that it was very much a critic against fascism and communism, but also fascism and capitalism at the moment that it was written. The thing is that at the moment that it was written, they just like, okay, let's ignore the second part.
Yeah, let's just ignore all the context and just do something dumb instead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yes, Animal Farm. Animal Farm is a great book. Just read it about like it's just about communism though. Just about it.
Yeah, it's
Shut the
just
fuck up
about
with things.
communism.
Yeah. It's
Only Orwell book you've read is 1984. There's a really good Animal Farm movie that they made in
really.
1980 something.
Is it animated?
It's an animation, yeah.
Oh, I'm interested.
Is it the 1954 movie? Yeah, it's the 1954 no, wait. Let me see.
1954. Holy shit.
Films. There is one from 1999 and one from 19... It's the 1954 movie.
Holy shit. And it's animated?
Yeah, it's like one of those
that's
comics
so cool.
where they still drew every frame.
Oh, that's fantastic. I gotta watch it now. Hi. Anyway.
But it does have an altered ending. Orwell would not have liked this one change of his substitution of commonplace propaganda for his own reticent, melancholy satire.
Oh.
Okay, apparently the ending is very pro-capitalist, but hey, ignore the ending and read and look up the original ending.
It's 1950 something. What isn't?
Yeah,
Communism.
that's fair.
Anyway.
I thought it was made way later, but apparently it's a 50s movie. Huh. Sizzle, fuck off!
What happened? Oh god. It's the Vata. Oh, Sizzle, freaking
Sizzle.
Hey, we have four snakes. 4 snakes today.
4 snakes!
Hello.
4 snakes! 4 snakes!
It's better than foreplay.
Yes. Sure. Sure.
Come on. Like, what do you prefer, sex or 4 snakes? Let's be real.
Sex.
No.
Look, mate, I've been underfucked for literally 10 years at this point.
Fair. However, 4 snakes though. I haven't had 4 snakes in all my life. If we're talking about time.
Needs more bird. Okay, let me just time out Corix really quick.
More burb? Why burb?
Because Corix
With
is
4
a
snakes.
bird.
Ah, I see. Okay, understandable.
Because he's a raven. At least he pretends to be. Actually, he's just a crow, but don't tell him.
You know what? You're right. We do need more burbs. It's a snake party. We need snacks.
He still pretends that birds eat snakes.
Seek fluid intake.
Some of them
Let
do.
me fluid intake this nut.
Like the secretary bird, it's fucking terrifying.
Sex with 4 snakes. Compromise. Oh no. We need the designated Corvid for the party. Oh no. Can we have Dre instead? At least Dre is somewhat cool.
I do love corvids. They are great.
Not all Corvids are created equally.
I mean, just like anyone, you know, like I just saying, like all type of people are going to be assholes, not because that specific type of people are assholes inherently. So as the same way, not all crows are great.
Sorry, Corix, you know I love you. But if I'm too nice to you, it goes to your head.
Debatable.
That's the problem. If I'm too nice to Corex, it goes to his head.
Fair. Oh my god, there's an ad on my Twitch of watching you.
Yeah, I
Right.
have to run 3 minutes of ads every hour to disable pre-roll ads. Because
True.
otherwise
How
you get...
long is this?
see, here's the thing. If I don't do that, Twitch will show you pre-roll ads and they will show you 1 minute 30 seconds of ads every 30 minutes. So you actually watch more ads if I don't do the 3-minute ad breaks.
Oh, this one's only 15 seconds of an ad though. I wonder why.
It should be another 2 minutes of ads. Anyway, use an ad blocker on Twitch. You're free to use an ad blocker on my channel. I highly recommend doing it.
Is that why I do have ad block? So
Good.
maybe that's why.
Please, everybody, feel free to use an ad blocker on my channel. If you want to support me, you can leave a sub. You can use your Prime sub. Just
There's a bunch of ways to support Eris that don't
yeah,
help in other way
be my bra.
without ads.
You know, support my boob. Anyway,
Support your what?
I said become my bra, support my boobs.
I mean, technically yes, no?
There is a Twitch ad blocker, Pray of Fear. Don't worry about it. You support me emotionally.
If
You
you
wanna
support Eris, you're supporting her boobs. Remember, become a bra.
Become the bra you were meant to be.
The only destiny worth fighting for.
Touching my tits?
Yes. Trans
I'm in
girl
love.
tits save lives.
And as we... The brotherhoods. God damn
The what?
the brother.
The brother. Oh, that's pretty good actually.
Oh, Truth
That's
Seeker.
pretty good actually.
Yeah, okay. This one is for you.
Wait.
God damn it.
By the way, you're always doing these kind of jokes as well. Why is
I
it
would
bad?
never pun at people.
Why is it? Why is it someone? Why is it that someone puns? You're like, oh god damn it, and then when
Oh, that's
you do
easy.
the pun,
It's
you're
because
like,
it's
"Ha, ha,
my
ha."
channel.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
We have the fandom name. I thought you guys already were called Snolpists.
Oh, Snoltists. That's fun.
Yeah, you know, when I told my chat, please don't make this into a cult, please don't make this into a cult, and they were like, Snold, 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 Snold. And I was like, what the fuck is a Snold? And they were like, snake cult.
Damn. if they could have left it with Snolt, they could have said like, it's not a cult, it's a Snolt, and that's it.
Yeah, that's why it's a Snold, because it's not a cult.
Yeah. Exactly.
How dare you come to my channel and be funnier than me? Exactly. Well,
Honestly, that's just
maybe
free
gonna
content.
need a
So.
new fandom name soon, TM.
Oh yeah.
Since I'm still working on my rebrand, I'm super unsure about that. I've put
Really?
so much work into Eris as a character, and I'm not sure if the rebrand I was aiming for is the right one for me. I already got the model made and paid Crocker to make the model, and now I'm like not sure if I'm ever gonna use it. I'm gonna be real.
You gotta show it to me.
Yeah, I will show it to you some point.
Wow. Let you use me as content. Use me to be like, oh my god, this is so cool or something.
Let me
For
see.
chat, for chat to see my reaction. This is a reaction channel now.
I can download this. And then I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gay. Fuck off.
That's okay. Oh, I can't send it to you. It's too big. That's what she said.
Darn it.
Let
Can't you
me
like
see.
pic of it or like a
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a picture.
screen share or something? Yeah. Not
gonna-
screen share. How do you
I'm-
call it? Screen thingy. I forgot. Doesn't matter. Screen cap. I just write cut in the search bar and the freaking thing appears, and then I can
Why can I
get
not
images
send
from my
this to
screen.
you? Can I just copy a link and send it to you? Would that work? I'm not sure. Does it work? That should work, right?
Yeah, it seems to be. Oh, it move. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the new model.
Is this? Wait.
Don't say anything.
No. I'm just saying. Is this Eris program?
That's Vinyan. It's like a...
Ah, okay. It's not.
Yeah, it's
Earth.
like an updated version of VC Face, basically.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I thought it was curious. How's your program going, by the way, Kitty? I just saw you say
Harm?
That's how I talk when I'm eating burger.
Nom nom
I
nom
love
nom nom.
burger. Gotta love them burgers.
I am the nom of my bone.
I can't believe you just made that reference.
I'm so sorry.
It's like, oh my god, I'm old.
Yeah, I am the boner of my sword. Cum is in my veins.
I'm so
Hi,
glad that
Falker.
I didn't. I'm so glad that at time in my life I did not know English.
You're showing it off at Offkai. That's so cool. I can't wait.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I want it. Oh, that's so cool. Where's
Hey, come try
Offkai?
my face on.
Where? Yeah, please. Also, where's Offkai? I want to know so that I know how much would I have to pay to be able to go and then recognize that I'm far too poor for that. California, yeah.
Isn't Offkai relatively soon?
That's gonna be so cool.
Isn't it
Hey.
like end of this month? Yeah, it's like in like 6 days or something.
God, oh my god.
May
Then
31st. Yeah, it's in like 6 days.
It's even less outside of my
Instructions
ability.
unclear. A joke here you won't appreciate. Instructions unclear. Got my snake stuck in a pee hole.
Oh god.
Instructions unclear. Was too busy staring at Kiri's adorable face to actually move.
I mean, that's just normal. That's just life.
Heck.
Oh, damn, I was so confused and then I saw the thing.
The redeem.
The redeem, I just saw it.
I can't find the right tone today. My fucking voice is shot. You know what we should find instead? We should find someone to rate because we've been going for like over 2 hours.
It does say 4 hours for some reason.
No, we've been going for 2 hours.
Why does it say 4 hours in the stream?
I don't know, maybe because you're drunk?
I don't drink, Eris. Don't. How do you call it? What's the word?
Yeah, I know, right?
hate it.
Kiri is adorable. She just doesn't admit it. She's always like, no, I'm scary. And I'm just like, no, you're the most adorable snack I've ever seen.
Kitty,
After
stop
Yongi.
lying. Stop lying. You cannot just be saying lies.
Sorry, you're the
all of a
cutest, Kiri. We do make the rules.
We are literally the mods of the Discord. Whatever we say is the truth.
Yeah. Yongi in shambles. Sorry, Yongi always is number one. Nobody can top her. So she's like outside of the rating, right? There's like
I'm sure that you
spots
would.
1 to 10, and then above that is spot 0 Yongi.
like here's like you said nobody can top her, but I suppose that's very much on her, and I doubt she
Nobody can
would
top
like to
Youngmi because
top.
if I find out that you're sleeping with my favorite daughter, I'm going to kill you.
I think that's very much a decision she has to take on her own. And something tells me that she would not be the one to top. Just saying.
Don't try to sleep with my daughter.
I'm not gonna sleep with my sister.
Good. Good.
That I may be an anime snake, and I'm not that kind of anime snake.
Hey, wrong kind of anime.
Exactly. Wrong kind of anime. Like, did you know that her snake model was made by my VTuber mom?
That's actually so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're actually siblings.
That's so cool. Hmm. Well, still, let's find someone to raid.
I think Spider Lady.
No, I know who we're gonna raid because it's Dandy Floss's birthday, so we're gonna raid her.
Dandy Floss. I know that name.
So guys, before we raid anyone, Shiwa,
yeah.
what's going on your end? Please tell the viewers anything. I have to wait 5 minutes before I can
Seek
shout you out.
fluid intake.
Fuck that, I'm gonna do it manually.
All right. What's going on my channel? We are currently going through Hades 2. However, tonight we are going to be playing Dark Souls 2 with my friend Marley. I am going to try and get back to where I lost all my data from the beginning. So I am currently about to fight Scorpion Girl, Scorpion Woman, Scorpion Milf.
You mean Nashka?
Yes, Nashka, but it's funnier to say Scorpion Milf. So I'm about there. So we are getting closer to where I ended. I do have to go past Castle Drangleich, and that's about it. However, yeah, every other day of the week, anytime that I will be able to, I will be playing Hades 2. So come here, come.
Okay.
Thank you, Eris.
On my end, guys, we have a Discord. We're a community of 6 streamers. We call it the Patisserie Primrose. All pings are opt-in, so you will never get ping spammed. Aside from that, you can hang out with people like me and Corex. We're almost always in voice chat every day, so that would be nice if you want to hang out with us. Aside from that, we do have a cooking stream tomorrow at 3 p.m, same time that this started. So,
What are
2
you doing?
hours ago, but tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna cook peanut stew. So if that is something you're
Ooh.
interested in, hop in. A cooking stream. Not a-
Peanut stew. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's a Europeanized take on an African mafe. So that's gonna be nice. I've made it before, it's fucking delicious, so I'm very much looking forward to that.
Indeed.
And I will see you guys in the next stream. Please say happy birthday to Dandy Floss from me, yeah? And I will see you all in the next stream. Until then, please take care of yourself. Drink some water, you dehydrated raisins, and as always, be excellent to each other. I'm your Snommy, and I'm gonna take another aspirin now in hopes that my headaches go away. Bye-bye!
Bye bye.
Say goodbye, Shiwa.
I'm saying bye.
Say it
Bye.
harder.
Bye.
Bye!
Woo.